Happy holidays, Mr. Scrooge. Trying to stream the match, but my signal's got a foul. You need a better network. Tis the season to switch to Verizon. Tis? You get a free 5G phone when you do. Plus, Verizon gives you another great gift. Tablet, a smartwatch, earbuds.
Well, the more gifts, the merrier. For me.
Oh, Scrooge.
Only Verizon gives you a free 5G phone and another gift, like a tablet, smartwatch, and earbuds. All on us. Wow. Switch now to the network America relies on. Verizon.
The chicken always seems to be a big favorite. People love it. You're not cooking it out of the box. You're making food. Yeah, I like being able to put pride in my food and pride in my work. You get to walk right in and see you making the chicken. This is going to be in your bowl. This is it. This is it. This is it.
The holidays were lonely for Yeti, but after saving big with early Black Friday and Yeti became social. Shop legendary deals at Amazon.
Team USA is their World Cup journey. Team USA leads the United States. Wales and Wales. USA versus Wales. Coverage begins tomorrow with Morning Stern on Fox. And catch up on any match for free on Tubi.
To help protect from HIV, I prep without pills.
With Apertune, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of HIV without getting PrEP pills. It's one shot every other month, just 6 times a year. In studies, Apertune was proven superior to getting PrEP.
Take that, Qatar. Take that. Take that. Beer sales go up right after they boycotted the liquor, right after the ban. I chose sleep over the first half. I can say that I don't regret it. Looks like Ecuador was the better team. I figure they're the better team. But honestly, I just had a conspiracy that this first match is going to be bribed. But it's not too late. There still is time at halftime to bribe some Ecuadorian players if they want to leave the country safely. It's a farce. They've banned alcohol at the stadium. I've heard that fan camps are surrounded by rubbish. The beds are not even long enough to cover a 6-foot person. If you're staying at a 5-star hotel, you should have much better accommodations. How was the match in the first half? I boycotted the first match, and I've decided to watch the second half. I'll be very curious to see what the atmosphere is like. Are the majority of the fans fake fans from India, or are they actually real fans? Are people actually traveling for this event? Have you seen shots of Ecuadorians in the crowd? They look like they're from Ecuador because I've seen the paid actors clips of people from India wearing England jerseys and wearing Argentina jerseys. Is this going to be a genuine World Cup, or is it going to be a really fake one? Do we really have to wait 4 years, or under 4 years, I should say, till 2026? Well, I had Qatar winning, but could be a bribe. Although it looks like from the box score that Qatar's not completely overmatched, that they allowed 3 shots, so they're just had a penalty in a goal that was offside. So they played a good back line. They got Ecuador to be offsides, committed a penalty. I think second half going to be rigged, but we'll just find out. We'll find out if they actually do come back and win 3-2. I'm highly skeptical of that, but anything is possible. Maybe they just took the bribes at half instead of the start of the game. Hopefully Almo scores, but it is his 86th match. It doesn't mean Qatar have to win this match. It's still his 86th match in the opener. It's still good for Argentina. USA and Wales. Wales gets a result for sure. I mean, McKennie's been bad. United States will be out by Black Friday. More confident about that versus Qatar coming back and winning this game. I already placed my bets at Qatar. You didn't have to put much money into it because they were plus 230. Over $2 per dollar you put in, so you don't have to bet much on it. Probably should have done the goal spread, but Look at Qatar already taking the ball. Now Qatar look like they've got something in them to get a goal to put together a good comeback. I can say I don't regret watching the second half of this if they actually do work some magic. What if this game is 2-2, like the 22nd World Cup, like Argentina winning the 22nd trophy? This manager they got, Sanchez, he used to be a Barcelona coach too, a coaching Qatar. From the box score, it doesn't look like Qatar's a bad team. They really don't. But overmatched by Ecuador. And no, so far they're not looking like a bribe team. Almost Ollie, my goal scored. I think the opening match is 2-0 right now. I don't know if this match is being played at Waseo or not. I don't think it's being played at the Waseo Iconic Stadium. I can go ahead and check, but 2-0. I like that a lot because it's Messi. That's Jamacha 20. His first final was in the 20th World Cup. That was in 2014. After 31 minutes, in the 32nd minute, Ecuador did score in the 32nd minute. Ecuador's Jamacha 31. This was 31 prior minutes. Reynolds Jamacha 31. So overall, I'm seeing some things that definitely show that this is Messi's World Cup all the way. Just when they planned for Ecuador to score the goal. The first goal was scored in the 16th minute. Well, goal is Gematria 43 and 16. 16th minute, they score the first goal of the World Cup, 15 prior minutes. Qatar hosting the World Cup. Qatar, Gematria 15 prior minutes. That's what I see for the box score right now by Gematria. Qatar, look at that long ball. I like the ideas of Qatar to begin this half. Whether if it's Alexis making adjustments or whether it could be a paid off match. It could be either. At the least, we see some magic. This becomes a game. I boycotted the first half. I don't know if I'm going to boycott England against Iran or not. Depends when I want to wake up tomorrow. Netherlands and the Senegal. Yep. This one will have implications for Qatar. That's good news from the Netherlands. If the Netherlands win, if Qatar lose today, then Qatar definitely need Netherlands to win. I'm going 2-0 for England, but it could very well be 3-0 because Iran is a scrappy team and England is Gematria 30, but also very easily it could be 2-0 if Iran prevent any late goal. I like the slide challenge there. He doesn't catch the Ecuador guy by the legs. Already 3 yellow cards for Qatar. Six consecutive clean sheets for Ecuador. This will probably end today. 13 being the 6 prime. Argentina's last victory in the 13th World Cup. I think Qatar are going to end this clean sheet streak for Ecuador. Which nation is most of these Qatar guys from? Because there's only 300,000 people that are Qatar citizens. Just majority are out of the country. Where are they from? Sudan, Saudi Arabia. Where are these players born at? The majority of them. That's how much they need to win, that's for sure. Now the color that they're wearing in Qatar, that's called that's red for blood. That looks like a wine color, but that's the blood money color that they're wearing on the pitch right now. All the blood and sweat that they've paid to host this World Cup without any infrastructure and to make a bunch of money not paying migrant workers. That's the blood money jersey. Yeah, I like it. Funky results all happen all the time in FIFA. They have a history of this kind of thing. I mean, come on, South Korea in the semifinals of the World Cup. You can expect anything to happen. That's how FIFA operates. They still have a chance because Mane faked this injury, and don't Bayern have some Qatar sponsors? I think they do. Now it's worth saying that if this game was 2-1, if they make it interesting, it's Qatar that's Gematria 21. It's also titled as Gematria 21. They're playing for a World Cup title, so be on the lookout for a surprise goal here. This game should be closer, even if it ends 2-1 for Ecuador. Could have tapped it in, but didn't catch the ball right there. We don't know when, but 2-1 is very possible because of Qatar having Gematria 21. Because of 21 prior World Cups. This is the 22nd one. They couldn't script it any better if it was 2-2. Sorry, what's that? I don't know yet.
What's that?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't know what time you start work today?
I don't think I do. I have to go see.
Interesting. Okay.
He should score right there. I think he could have got a better shot right there in the corner. It's right there, right above your comment. It's 21 prior World Cups. It's Gematria of Qatar. It's right there, brother. It's right there. Argentina already won this World Cup. Bring it. Everyone's saying Brazil. ESPN FC saying Brazil. Brazil ain't got a chance. They ain't got no chance till Pele dies. It's over. The Messiah will win. Just because the favorite win doesn't mean Vegas wins. That's who the majority of people back to win the World Cup. That's not who Vegas thinks is going to win. All that means is that's who the public thinks is going to win. Everyone thinks Brazil. That's not who Vegas thinks going to win. That's not how it works, brother. You're not understanding what factors in odds. Well, I think 3-1 is the most likely scoreline. 3-0 is a probable scoreline. I think Saudi Arabia will score a goal. It may come early. I personally like 4-1 for Argentina. In under 24 hours, 48 hours, it's coming up very quickly. The straight forecast will still be on the board at that time for Argentina over England, the final winner and the final runner-up, the straight forecast. Okay, we have a troll over here. I like these comments over there because I never ever claim to be right about everything, but Argentina win the World Cup? Absolutely. I think Rodrigo de Paul is a candidate to get an assist or a goal. Messi and Lautaro are the obvious two ones because they play in the front line. That will need some more digging. Don't be surprised if a goal will come from the midfield too. Here we are. South America wins opening match. South America wins the last match. If everyone's predicting Brazil to win the World Cup, I feel more inclined to think Brazil faced up against Argentina in the semifinal. But Germany would be nice. Germany would be revenge. Flick has had a total of 86 matches with Bayern Munich. Either be knocked out before or right on the semifinal. The opening match against Saudi Arabia is going to say a lot if Messiah is going to have a quick opening start to the Golden Boot or not. One expected goal, maybe two. Definitely no hat trick because this is the World Cup we're talking about. Most of the hat tricks had to come during the earlier years of the tournament when there were some teams that had a discrepancy of talent between each other. Look out for Rodrigo de Paul.
It's hard physically, just can't hang with this Ecuadorian team and get pressure on the ball before they're demoralized and suck all of their energy out. By that time, Ecuador has been hard for the moment. So it's been a very one-sided game. Little spells here and there for this Qatari team, but ultimately they've struggled just to create anything offensively as well.
I'm not hearing quite much of the atmosphere. Yeah, they do really suck. They suck at having fun, at providing the fan culture, providing alcohol. There is rubbish outside of fan camps. The beds are not long enough. There's no running water available outside for fans. Heard some really bad things about this tournament. Reporters are not allowed to film. They're going to break their cameras. What's that? Kerala blasters. What's that? So let's see where Ecuador are at all time in the points in the World Cup table. 2-0 definitely represents Lionel Messi in the final at Lusail. This game is not at Lusail. So this is all. This is at Al Bayt Stadium. This is not at Lusail. One match, 3 points. That's like 13. Match was never going to end in a draw. It was all. There's always going to be one winner. There's always going to be a loser. I don't know that club. I don't know. I don't know anything about Indian football or anything that's. Oh, just wide. He could have headed the ball right there, but yeah, Qatar sucks. Maybe the goal's coming soon. I think the refs are calling a good game so far. They're being very fair. They're not legit. I don't know that at all. Okay, I think I'm hearing an atmosphere a little bit. At some point, Qatar will have to press. Yeah, this World Cup is going to be heroic for the one and only Messiah of the world, Messiah. Now Qatar gets a throw in. Okay. They look like real fans. Look at them. Will the crowd get this team on?
You were part of that 2010, sitting in a hotel, watching your team on the field, thinking about
You think I was sitting? I was absolutely not sitting. It's that type of feeling that.
Harry Kane.
The nerves, the energy, the excitement, the butterflies. And for many of these guys, we talked about that being my first World Cup. Well, 25 to 26, this will be their first World Cup against a Welsh team that hasn't been in a World Cup in over 50 years. So
hard to tell with the Netherlands.
Inexperience from the U.S. side. You're a young team, but I think will embrace that moment against the Welsh team that has been in the Euros. But this will be their first World Cup, as we said, in a long time. And much like those players, we can't wait to get there either. Get that first ball off and see the United States back in the World Cup for the first time in 8 years.
It'll be a 10 p.m. local time kickoff. It's a long day for everyone just waiting for that to get going.
It's back pass. It's sideways.
Big stadium in Alcoa, the northernmost stadium here in Qatar this World Cup. And the hosts find a way back right now. Abdulaziz Hatep opened up for BRIBE. Clipping out when it close. I think it was open in space. It was overhit. Andrew again holds it on the far side. With Hard defending blocks the cross. And a reset for a couple of feet. As Caicedo looking back. It'll be a throw for Qatar.
Oh, good possession here. What's been working is they've been winning the second goals. We're going to see it start.
Well, there'll be some surprises in the coming next couple of days. Although it's not over, that this match could still end the draw. There's still time. Looks like Qatar's Asian Cup was bought.
Caicedo, his impact is sweeping on his career throughout Europe and now in the Premier League. Here comes the sub.
Number 16 scores the first goal scored in the 16th minute. Number 16 comes in. He grew up in England. It's the 67th minute plus 68 where we see the substitutions. The first substitution in the 67th minute is Ecuador. That is Demontre 67. Well, I never said Qatar is going to win the second half. I just said there could be a chance that the match could be bribed, but that'd be too much bad publicity. Qatar was dealing with too much bad publicity. So they'll have to find another way to bring in some good press. There's still a chance for them to bribe Senegal to stand down and maybe to bribe Ecuador in the last match. Ecuador looks like they've won the match already. Looks like this is a very boring second half, and I think it was a very boring first half. I actually did watch the first half. FIFA just wants to keep away the bad press.
The lead just helpless right now. At the end of stuff that had a header missed right at the end of the first half that really would have changed things. Here's Alheidos, the captain. The pocket of space, hands it off to Boya. Here comes the ball up there. Let's go. It's Alheidos immediately got my sorry up to just on the field.
First player. Looks like they are accepting a defeat, but they'll try to accept qualification. It looks like the bribing will happen a little bit later down the line. I think this was the match today that they really needed if they were going to have a chance of qualifying, because if Qatar loses this match, if the Netherlands win the next two matches, if Qatar beat Senegal, if Ecuador loses to the Netherlands, then they're tied at 3 apiece. And it looks like head-to-head is the first tiebreaker factored in. And then it's goal differential. So I think the head-to-head matters. And they needed the head-to-head to be safe in the event of a Netherlands win in Group Match 3. England, Ecuador, Part 2. Colombia last World Cup, they could get Ecuador in this one. Qatar have no business being in this World Cup. There's too much blood money. There's too much global protest. They will want all the big countries in the quarterfinal and the semifinal. There's no Cinderellas this World Cup. If you like Cinderellas, you're going to hate Qatar even more. Because it's nothing but big country, big country, big country.
Put some pressure on a guy, Al-Sheed, who has not been good and looked comfortable on crosses throughout this game. And Valencia, right in the middle of your screen on the penalty spot, was trying to start an outside position just to try to make you second guess as a defender to think you have to drop. As soon as that ball's about to be delivered, you can jump back on side and then try to be goal side to get in front of you to finish off the play. It's about timing, though, if you can do that well.
Stupinian hooks it in, and Qatar was there. In fact, Caicedo, he's just on the field. Qatar steps in with that shell. Big shots from players on both sides.
So 2-0. Giamaccia Messi, Giamaccia Luceo. We have a final at Luceo coming up. Luceo, Giamaccia 20. Same Giamaccia as Messi. The goal was scored in the 32nd minute. It is Leo that is Giamaccia 32. Messi hat-trick against Ecuador, secured qualification in 2018. 2024 Copa America is over Ecuador. If Argentina didn't win Copa in 21, it would have been 31 years till their next Copa America. Ecuador, Giamaccia 31, 2024 Copa America at Ecuador.
These guys were great to watch in the Gold Cup. They got to the semifinal. They nearly lost to the U.S. They've gone to the Copa America. They played South American opposition. They played European opposition a year ago. Let's see, taking up a spot in the World Cup qualifying group. This is a battle-tested team. The cross comes in. They haven't played against anyone. Marco brings it down to the other side. For one. Left side, Sri Lanka. Oh, faith!
A whiff for a fifth.
So when you finally get that one, I mean, that's about a 4-step run that he's taking to try to just hammer that with power. Doesn't get over the top of it. Get the knuckle to stay under the crossbar.
You guys suck. You're going to get trashed.
Was Ali, who is off the field, and the stars in this game, guy with 2 goals, and he's had a couple of chances for the goal. And Valencia maybe not able to shake off that knock that he had in the first game. And under LAFC, his Fuentes right there, we've been talking to from this coach, and we're going to see him replace Valencia. It certainly seems that way. He's taking off his foot on good now.
Valencia. Watson scored 3 times in the first half. One that was chopped off for sort of a unique offside decision. It's 2 goals, the penalty. This header on top of Bresciano.
Just look at the concentration that John's in. Comes across, and sometimes it's difficult when you have 5 teammate in front of you that goes up there. You have to to anticipate that he's going to miss it. People in reality
I'd say the deciding goal was the penalty.
all the way, and then just an excellent finish, lancing it with the right amount of power and precision inside the corner of the goal in the back of the net. And a World Cup debut now for Cifuentes.
See, for Jose Cifuentes, what a year he's had, a couple of years he's had for LAFC, part of the 8th MLS team in league history. The MLS Cup of the supporters sheet, career high goals and assists for him in his third season. His 12th international appearance at the age of 23. Great to see him on the field this World Cup. That'll be a huge storyline for Ecuador over the next few days ahead of their game against the Netherlands Friday. The severity of the injury, whatever you want to call it, to Enter Valencia, his status for that game, but he is the star of this World Cup so far. It's the solid pressure and foul. Nice.
Yeah, that's a foul. Come on now.
Yeah, they tried to play quickly. Akram Afif was taking a touch, and Lato was alert to it. He wasn't sleeping at all. Straight in there to pressure, the ball back on the heavy touch, and then it's Akram Afif over the top of the ball on his foot. Lato, certainly a yellow card. Any higher official, it would be verging on the front of red, but that was a yellow card.
It's up to Torres, and there was some important players. It's up to our team that has to run the gauntlet of Senegal and the Netherlands. 4 players were booked against Senegal. They don't even play against the Netherlands. We got a party accumulation suspension. 2 of them. They're up 2 in front. Algo is the lead. Akram Afif. So we pick from Caicedo up to the air. It's the second ball. It's protected by Cifuentes there to prevent Akram Afif from getting out of the break.
Yeah, Qatar. They don't look very good at all. It'll take a lot of bribing in the later stages to even stand a chance.
When you consider what they were able to do in the World Cup and
Senegal have Koulibaly.
that's a weaker opposition in the World Cup.
Koulibaly will just make it even harder for Qatar to score. I think that guy is from England, the substitute, the guy who just shot the ball, who skied it over the post. Ah, just barely offside. Just barely offside.
That's where the offside ends up coming in before then it comes back to him on the layoff. He puts the ball up over the crossbar. Okay, back to it, John. World Cup, an Asian Cup, it's not the same as being in a World Cup. And then when you get every team's best,
More like the Qatar mercenary team, because how many of these guys are actually born at Qatar?
fully healthy, fully talented squad out there. It just they don't seem individually that they can match that level. And that means in a day like today, they have to be absolutely perfect at what they've done now. They don't make mistakes defensively. It doesn't help when you don't do the performance of the goalkeeper as well as part of that. So I don't think they're a terrible team, but they don't have enough quality to carry them through if they make the mistakes that they had in this type of game. So it's going to be an uphill task to get them out now. Well, okay, you've got the Netherlands and Senegal. Senegal on next week.
Plata, Jose Cifuentes, trying to get in the way. Oh, we got a key block. Stupid Young picks it up. Ecuador love to get a third and really send a message out. They make the return of the World
I've
Cup.
seen.
Cifuentes rolls it in.
How did they not score that?
Plata, and then they collide.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's a good looking run for Plata. They slashing runs in behind. Nice take inside, moving off the center backs as well to get into space. He's gone down early and then he's trying to pull out of that run.
Wow, that was close.
Tomorrow is the return of World Cup tonight on his highlight special. Yes, a World Cup fun.
the first nation to play in the World Cup that has won a World Cup. Oh, I just saw an Argentina flag in the crowd. Yep. Most people going there are rooting for Messiah. Biggest matches with the most ticket demand is Argentina. You betcha. Did you hear about fans that are traveling from Dubai to Qatar for match day? This World Cup is leaving a huge carbon blueprint on the world. 2026 is also leaving a huge carbon footprint on the world.
Over the shoulder, just beats Juan to it. He's had a good game, really good game alongside Caicedo. That's been the heartbeat of their team in the middle of the field.
Surprise starter ahead of Carlos Gruezo, the consistent veteran starter in that role. Take the ensuing free kick. Good swinging ball all the way through. And foul in there anyway. You feel from Qatar, the conversations we've had from Qatar is, listen, there was a realism to it. No one thought they were going to show up and win this World Cup. You see it in Valencia in the ice, half on the right knee. A lot of what we heard was just a sense of just how good performance, showed up. One of the comments that Felix Sanchez and Hassan Alcaraz both made was this notion of it's Qatar's first ever World Cup. They didn't qualify. They're in because they're the hosts. It's the first time since 1934 that a team makes their World Cup debut by being host and not by qualifying. They were trying to say, listen, we could have qualified. We're good enough. We have the quality. So this is a hugely, hugely disappointing performance and opening night is evidenced by the fact that, I mean, a lot of these fans didn't come back down for the second half. There's a lot of empty seats here.
Look at these backwards bandwagon fans. You have to stay for a whole match. Look, Qatar didn't score. 2-0 match over. I'm leaving. Oh my God.
21-22.
What kind of fans are these? These fans are like us. Stay for the whole match, yeah, bitch. Come on now. Stay for the whole game. Okay. This parlay here. Argentina against Mexico, England against USA, Black Friday, Denmark against Tunisia, Brazil versus Serbia, Poland to defeat Saudi Arabia, Netherlands to defeat Senegal. After today, Qatar definitely does need the Netherlands to defeat Senegal, and Croatia to defeat Morocco.
Significance of these opening matches. As you said, only once in history has a host nation failed to get out of their group.
I like this one. I like the chances for this one to work out. Oh, did he not get the through ball? I like the World Cup group stages a lot because
assuming that it was over. I'm not so sure. This ball was dipping. As Matari gets on the end of it, he takes it first time, and I think he catches Galindez off guard. Just throw that one keeper. Yeah, I know that one's cool.
That was close.
It's just a direct pass over Galindez off guard, and he's not fully set here as this one comes in, and just a little more tip, and that's under the crossbar, and Qatar get their first goal. And really, outside of the Alvarez lead chance, that was the best chance they've had in this game.
Yet to register a shot on target and force a save, and Hernan Galindez wait for the goal on Rawi.
I think it's a little too late to start playing with a lot of ferocity up front.
This cross, knocked up in the air, Galindez good comfortable catch in traffic.
Now, those are some real fans right there that I see right in front of me. They've already bribed. They've already bribed the Senegal to not be completely embarrassed. So I reckon I like Qatar's chances in the next match. Maybe the sixth-time South American team wins opener of the World Cup. 13 being the sixth prime. South American team did win in the 13th World Cup in 1986. Argentina will win the World Cup. This is great if you're Lionel Messi. This is great if you are any South American country in this World Cup.
Right in front of our sheet. We're just going to turn drop it right on top.
Once again, Rawi out.
The second half, I thought it'd be more exciting than it was. I was left not impressed with the second half, but I'm glad I boycotted the first match. I think I'm very curious to see how England are going to play without Tomori and some other guys. Trent Alexander-Arnold is in the roster. So 6 o'clock. Be very interesting to see how England do tomorrow against Iran. Break down the scores live as it pertains to a Argentina World Cup victory.
Substitutions for the final moments here. Franco began this year with Charlotte FC.
It's a good theory. Didn't work out. Prior history led me to be inclined that we'd see some magic from the host. South Africa won their opening match. I think it was I don't know if it was against France or not in 2010. South Africa won their opening match. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay, it was a draw. It was a draw against Mexico. France lost to South Africa. So South Africa was close. They just narrowly missed the knockouts because Mexico had the goal advantage. Uruguay in that group, it was always going to be tough for France to advance in that group. I used to wrestle really badly. I'll be with you. I will probably be up for England in Iran. If not, I'll be watching Senegal and the Netherlands. Koulibaly, Delic. That one has 1-0 written over it. I think England will jump ahead 2-0 against Iran.
minutes of stoppage time still to go.
Still some more group matches to decode.
Probably Thief.
We've got a break in the action from 8 to 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time after the conclusion of England-Iran before the start of Senegal and the Netherlands, to break that all down, to break down some more group matches.
It's so nice to think about
Be with you tomorrow.
things are back in a World Cup.
Keep up the action.
4 years ago in Russia.
I'll boycott some group matches. I boycotted the first half.
Experience and now thinking
We'll
about
see what the numbers come out to for the ratings for this whole World Cup. Definitely, if some fans are voting with their TV sets, it just increases the incentive to have Messi advance as far as he can in the knockouts of this World Cup.